Om Shanti and a very good morning from Aberdeen Hindu Temple in Stonywood, Aberdeen. Today is Sunday, the 5th of February. And the topic I wanted to speak today about is really the power of concentration and of determination. When we sit down in meditation, then it's very easy for the mind to jump here and there like a little child, cannot sit still. Whereas when we actually sit down and we actually practice concentration, then our mind will take us where we want to go. And it will not jump here and there, sometimes being successful in experiencing peace and sometimes being unsuccessful in coming into that awareness of what the experience of meditation is meant to give us. Because when we meditate, we go through a transformation. We are not just in the awareness of I, the body, I, this living being, this human being, but I'm the soul who is in this body, and I'm expressing myself through this body. So I'm like the director, the controller of whatever is happening to my life, and therefore I can direct my life in the way I want it to go. But for that, you also need determination, because it is the mind's nature to jump here and there. It's almost as if, as a form of survival. The mind needs to consider all the different options that are aware for me at that time. But I don't always have to be in survival mode. And actually, when I need to survive, when I'm dealing with a difficult situation, the power of concentration is much, much more important, because it will allow me to focus and to exclude any negativity or any wastefulness that is around. So I will be economical in my thoughts, and I will be effective in my thoughts. There will be no wastage. There will be no weakness in my thoughts. But what happens to most people when they meditate is that sometimes their thoughts are powerful, sometimes their thoughts are weak. And so there is a fluctuation happening. And then other times the need to sleep then comes over. And initially we think that our meditation is going very well, and then all of a sudden we are in the world of slumber. So when I need concentration, actually concentration is the second stage of meditation. There's a sequence of stages that have to happen for us to get even to that blissful stage. But most of us just stay in that stage 1 and 2. Stage 1 of meditation is just to sit still, to sit or be still within myself, because there's also meditation while I'm moving about, being in a meditative state, contemplating who I am, where I come from, what I have to do, what is the time of this world requesting me to do at this time. And so the power of concentration allows me to ponder on a question and just stay on that question and not start to think about the shopping or what somebody said or what I'm due to do in the future. But I actually honor that moment And as I go into that moment and I concentrate on it, then I also experience it, because meditation is experiential. It's not a book, it's not a scripture, but it is a state of being where I actually get to know myself in a very, very deep way, where I actually understand who I am, what I'm doing here, and I can let go of all the things that are not important and not necessary at this moment in time. But as I am in that state of concentration, I also concentrate all the powers inside myself. I will be able to be tolerant. I will be able to be flexible. I'll be able to communicate. I'll be able to discern and to judge. I will be able to face situations, and I will be able even to pack up and let go. I will be able to withdraw into a stage where I feel safe, where I am in that connection with the Supreme, where I am in that awareness of who I am, the being of light, the soul, the eternal one, the subtle form of myself. Because we have two bodies. We have a physical body and we have a subtle body. And then as we progress through that method or that routine, we even become so light that we just become light. So not even subtle in the way that you have a subtle body, but you are just a being of light, your energy, your consciousness. And that consciousness is very powerful because it is timeless. It can be anywhere where you want it to be in that moment in time. So the 4 stages of meditation, going into yoga, is the first stage, is to be still. And to be still means that the mind is not running here or there, but it is just still. Even if you just sit and you just listen. And it may take some time, it may take a minute, it may take 5 minutes, it may take 10 minutes, it may take 20 minutes. And yes, it can even take a few hours, particularly if I'm not used to it. And then I concentrate. I concentrate on experiencing that moment in time, in understanding who I am, what I'm doing here, where I come from, who do I belong to, eternally, not just in this life, but forever and ever. You know, my real form is that of a soul. And so to be concentrated on the form of the soul, the being of light seated in the center of the forehead, the one who doesn't have any baggage, the soul that is clear, that is powerful, the soul that has been taken, where we've taken off all the negativities, all the experiences, but we just stay in that pure consciousness of peace, of love, of wisdom, of truth, of purity, of power, of happiness, because that is our eternal stage of being. And when I'm in that eternal stage of being, in that soul consciousness, and I connect with the Supreme, who is also a soul, but is in a space, in a different dimension, which is that space of light, of unlimitedness, where there is no action, where there is just the feeling of absolute benevolence and beauty and safety. When I connect in that stage of soul consciousness with the Supreme, that is the third stage, the stage of yoga. So meditation is a method to still the mind, to start to get control over the monkey of the mind. And yoga is forming that connection, that union, that link through which I will now experience. And that experience will be of beauty, of benevolence, of safety, of happiness, of a power that then starts to flow through me and starts to flow through your eyes, in your words, in your movements. You become the lighthouse, you become the deity, you become the one who gives that experience to others. And they will come into the atmosphere, into the sphere of the Atma, the soul. And when they come into this atmosphere that is spiritual, that is concentrated, then they will be attracted and will want, because there is a sweetness, there is a feeling of love, there's a feeling of recognition and appreciation that you cannot find anywhere else. And in fact, when you cook in that awareness, when you cook in that awareness of being the soul who is working through the body, who is my instrument, but it's not my body that is cooking, but it's I, the soul, who is cooking. So my body is a very important instrument, but it's the soul that actually directs what needs to be done and how it is done. And when I do that in absolute soul consciousness, there is a love that goes into that food. There is an attention and a care that makes, when I'm connected with the Supreme while doing that, the food just tastes different. The food is divine. And when I afterwards offer the food to the divine, then that food has a power that actually nourishes the body, but it also nourishes the soul. And it leaves a vibration and an imprint in myself that then is transformative in my life, and probably in those who come in contact with a person who takes this practice seriously. But obviously, to get to that point, to be able to be still, to be able to be concentrated, to actually manage to create that link of yoga with the divine and then experience bliss, I need determination. Concentration and determination go together. I have to pull my thoughts again and again back into what I want to be concentrated on. I have to have that determination of doing it again and again and again till the mind starts to listen. It's like a little child that tests its boundaries and keeps on trying to change the boundaries. Same way as the mind or even the body, because many people sit and they're just fidgeting, moving their legs, their arms, so many things. Whereas what is important is really to actually tell the mind, tell the body and tell the mind that this is a time where I want to be absolutely concentrated and still, where nothing is going to take my attention away. Yeah. So sitting still is the first stage, but then to concentrate, but concentrate with determination. And then what type of thoughts will I have during that time? Thoughts about the self and feeling about the self. Swabhav. Swa, the nature, the self, and bhav, the feeling about the self. So let us go into meditation. So as we just discussed, sit, if you're not already, sit in a place where you can be quiet and peaceful and still. Ideally, where you're not going to be disturbed. Make sure that you sit comfortably and take slow breaths so that as you take the breath in, you breathe in to full breath, and then you wait for a second or two, and then you breathe out till you've emptied your lungs, and then wait for a second or two. In that way, you take control over your breathing. You sit still, not moving, and your breathing is at your orders, under your control. Your eyes can be closed or can be open. If they're open, then connect with the soul, the being of light behind my shoulder. A point of focus, and then now concentrate on that point of light and become aware that you are a soul, a being of light. Make sure your body is relaxed and comfortable. And now raise your attention up to the center of the forehead, in between your eyebrows, the seat of the soul, the powerhouse, the one who is the master of this body. Imagine there to be a little point of light or a diamond as it grows. The point of consciousness, and it is light, it is pure, it is unburdened. The soul that is made out of the mind and the intellect, the mind that thinks, the intellect that decides and chooses, and the sanskaras, the personality traits that are based on our past experiences, our habits, our culture, our religion, fears, likes, dislikes. They are the baggage that we carry with us and are the sum of all the births that we have taken up to now. And in that awareness, stillness, lightness, become double lights. Move into your subtle body, your body of values and qualities. Feel light. Go beyond the experience of being just the body, but be the soul, the being of light. and raise your energy to the divine, beyond this world of matter, in a place of golden rays, in an unlimited space without any limits. Experience the peace, the love, the coolness, and think about points of self-awareness, of feelings about the self. What is it that you are so important about? What is it that makes the self so invaluable? In your mind, just display the qualities and virtues that you have. They are very important because based on those, they are your foundation. What are the attributes, the qualities that you have? Write them down if you want to. What is it that makes your life valuable at this time? What qualities do you have? What is it that you bring to this world? It is not so easy to bring up all those qualities, but take a minute today to write them down. But only write down positive qualities and be proud of them, not with ego, but with humility. They are your decoration. They are that what you show to the world, but also that make your life important and valuable. And feel those points of self-awareness. Experience what is connected with those points of self-awareness. And wear them with you as if they are nice badges that you wear and you show the world. There should be positive points, no points of weakness. Because the more we think about the points of weakness, the more they grow in ourselves. So allow the point of I, the soul, having these wonderful points of self-awareness, dance in your mind and be the filters through which you see the world. Send those vibrations, those pure vibrations that you have into the world. A world that is in upheaval, that world where there is a lot of sorrow, feelings of injustice, and even anger. But change them with the good points of self-awareness, of the good nature, with feelings of good wishes, no matter what people are doing or not doing. But just see the highest form in themselves. Don't allow any distraction to come in, but with concentration and determination, send good wishes to the world. See everybody, every person that you normally come in contact with every day. See them in front of you and personally send them good wishes with your heart, with your mind, with your full essence. May peace be in their lives. May success be felt. May love be felt at all times. May their actions be rightful. May they create happiness around themselves. May there be goodwill. May there be generosity. May there be lightness. May there be spiritual awareness and contentedness. May their lives be fruitful. When you sit in meditation, it is as if you're watering a seed, the seed of your awareness, your self-awareness, your swabhav, your feelings about yourself. And every time you do this, a little plant slowly starts to grow. And the more you do that, the more it becomes a beautiful flower or a tree that then bears fruit. And you become the creator of your own future, of your own relationships. You're the one who ensures that everything is of the highest and the most elevated form, thereby contributing to a world that is benevolent, that is uplifting, that is peaceful and loving, no matter what is around you. Because you are a lighthouse, you are the one who brings happiness, the one who raises awareness, and the one who is very important to uplift this world, No matter what comes in front of you, no matter what difficulty you come in front of you, you will be able to take that challenge and to be successful. Om Shanti.